Step 1. The first step is deciding what theme of film you would like to animate. This could range from sci-fi to horror. Step 2. Decide on the plot of your animation and possibly a name for it as well. Start off by writing down ideas that you want to implement. That's how I started. You could also use mind maps, which could also help you generate more ideas, tailing off from others, which can lead to a more developed plot, and it could help you create your animation. Step 3. Once you've decided on the plot, write a story plan out and create some characters which you'd like to include. To help with this, first try and find some 3D models that you'd like to do. That's what I did for all my renders, just so that I can make sure that I had 3D models that I could use for the characters. I also printed off the characters and then wrote things around them which could link to their character. Step 4. Set design and 3D models. Before you even start animating, you need to think about the setting you want to create. If you don't want to make the scenes yourself, to save time, then look for 3D models on sites such as Sketchfab, CG Trader, or Quixel. You don't have to do this, but it can be really annoying if you start to animate and realise you don't have the appropriate models to create the scene you'd like to make. Step 5. Once you've written your script, it's time to get voiceovers. This step is optional, as you may want to create an animation with no speech, but if you do want to, it's time to record your voiceovers. You can ask your friends to record voiceovers for you, or you could pay someone on Fiverr to do it. I just got my friends to do it because it was free and it was a bit of fun. It's best to get your voiceovers done before you animate, as when you start to animate, you can animate the characters to the speech rather than trying to do the speech to the characters, which is quite difficult. As you can see in my first animation, I did make this mistake, as there's lots of delayed speech with animation where no one's really talking or anything like that. So it's not the best. That's why I recommend doing your voiceovers before you start animating. Step 6, the fun part. Time to animate. This is the longest and tedious part of the process, but it's rewarding when you get it right. And to look at your work when you finish and think, oh, I actually made all that. It really is pretty cool. So the best way to do this is to import all your voiceovers into Blender for the scenes you want, and then bring your characters in, and then time the speech with the movement of the characters. This way you get a realistic animation with the characters and the speech. For my second animation, I got a bit lazy, so I decided to go on Mixer mode to download the animations for the characters. It ended up making them look smoother and more realistic. You can go down this route, or you could animate all the movement yourself, like I did with my first animation. Depends which style you like, or you prefer doing your own stuff or using downloads. Step 7. Time to render your animation. Depending on your computer, or whether you used Eevee or Cycles, it could take a very long time. I render as images instead of videos. I'm sure you do this as well if you're a regular Blender user. It's just because if your render fails halfway through and you've done a video, it may corrupt the video and you may lose all of it. Whereas if you render with photos, or / images I suppose, you can just put them all together at the end, and if it fails halfway through, you still got all the images from where it failed, which is really useful to have. However, this is pretty basic Blender knowledge, and I'm sure you will do this anyway. Step 8. Sound design and video editing. For sound design, I used Soundly because they offered free high-quality audio for background noises and certain things like that. It was very useful, and it had very specific audio. Import all your images as video sequences into your editing software. This is how you can get it to video from photos. I used both Soundly and HitFilm Express for both my animations because they were free and very useful. Step 9. Watch over all your hard work and enjoy it. Try and spot for any errors or mistakes that you can go back and revisit and correct. Step 10. Send it to your friends and family so that they can enjoy it too, or maybe upload it to YouTube if you want. Thanks for watching Geek Knows. Like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.